Hi everyone, Esther here from Esther-Astro-Healing, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, I'm glad you stopped in, and I hope you will like this video and you will continue your journey with me. So please don't forget to subscribe and like. I really appreciate your time. Before I can start my next video, we always want to ask for support from the highest, and we're going to do a quick prayer which is connected to Etz Chaim, the tree of life, and tree of life it's considered a Torah, and it's everything what we are going to read right now. It came from the Sefer Toldot of Adam, the book of Adam, and it's contain tremendous energy. So if you know Hebrew, you can actually follow me with your eyes, and definitely don't forget to say Amen before I'm going to start my next video. Let's begin. עץ חיים, הם למחזיקים בה, ותומכיה מעשר, דרכי נועם וכל נתיבתי השלום. מגדל אז שם אדוני, בו ירוץ צדיק ונשגב. זה ספר תולדות האדם, שזהו צדיק דהייס יסוד עזרנפין, שרץ במגדל דוד, המלכות מגדלות. ועל ידה הוא עושה תולדות, והלכה זוכה להסתכל בו, ידע בו וחכמה עליונה, וזוכה שלא תשכח חוכמה ממנו, וידע את ריבונה. You can scan the combination of angels with your eyes. And we're going to complete. I'm going to send prayer to whole entire world, to all of you who listen, and we can send energy. You can close your eyes by completing this prayer and send energy to anyone you think and you know may need this energy, which is we can consider anyone. כי בי ירבו ימיך ויוסיפו לך שנות חיים. Hi guys again. So today we're going to discuss, I'm going to give you so many secrets and awesome information about sage. Some calling this smudging. You know, when you sage all your house, you can sage your body, you can sage your office, you can sage your car, the closet you have. There's so many things. There's a lot of secrets behind, and I know there's so much information in internet from different sources, but I really want us to go to the essence, to the really source. What's really Torah and Zohar explain about these awesome tools and how much we can really use and benefit from it, which is can make a big difference in our life. It can provide us better sustenance, divine inspiration. It can give us better health, protection. And definitely the most important, it's really the protection, the light of our life. So when we really know how to use the tools and we're really coming back to the source where the instruction was given to us by creation, we can really trust and doing really properly. So my knowledge coming from the Kabbalist, my teacher, Rav Berg, who's not longer with us in this dimension, he gave us a lot of information and tools. And I did my homework as well. I found where the source really came from in the Torah and in the Zohar. And interesting enough, I really had a tremendous desire to do this week. I had few of my students been asking me, and guess what? When I was looking and doing the search, where really initial information came from, it came from the portion called Balak. Balak, he was one of the main sorcerers and negative magician who really want to send negative energy to people of Israel while they were going through the going through desert. And this week it's the portion of Balak. So I said to myself, you know what? If really my soul has such a urge to do this week, we're going to have so much support from it. So just to dive in, very, very important to use for, as a tools, white sage. And it's important to, the white sage can really provide enough fire. You can see right now in the video I provide you. It's really important because when you're going to start the process, I'm going to tell you exactly step by step. I create list of things so you cannot miss anything. And by end of this video, we're going to go through the list, how exactly needs to be done, what prayers need to be attached, what step by step, what is the consciousness behind. And we always need to remember no matter what tools we're using, we never gave too much energy and importance to the tool himself. We need to understand it's all comes from the source, from the light of creator. While we're using the tools, we still need to remember the real help, the real things come only from above. Because as soon we give too much importance, to our lawyers, to our accountant, to money, or to anything we think actually the source of importance, it's almost like we doing the idol worship, the golden calf. And I'm not trying to sounds religious, not at all. It's all about spirituality, but the consciousness extremely important behind. So again, to remind us, while we're using the tools, we need to remember it's not the tool, it's actually the consciousness behind. Very, very important. When I was doing my research about, I found very interesting in the Torah and in the Zohar, in Parashah, and as well in Parashah Korach, where they use the incense in the portion in the part of Bamidbar. And when Israelites burned incense for protection and purification of the homes, they knew the importance of this connection. Now, when we gonna start the process, we need to really remember every time when we clean our home with sage, or even when we put the red string on us, the main work comes within us. We are the one who always need to remember the energy we bring, what we speak inside of our home. Because you can do sages every day, twice a day, but if we're not changing internally, if we're not changing our consciousness, how we speak with each other, what kind of news we bring inside of our home, it's extremely important, because our walls, everything has a consciousness. So we really need to remember that. And when we combine everything, our higher consciousness, our awareness, our kindness, open our heart, and we combine the other tools, then we definitely can see big results. Another thing I want to mention, in the oral Torah and alacha, it's Jewish law, is the spiritual law, which is, we have 613 precepts, mitzvot. It's discussed of the spirits, including negative spirits. It's called in Hebrew ruach ra, and how to rid of this negative energy. For example, in alacha, we have a hand wash, right? Every morning when you wake up, you need to wash your hands, because this type of tool, it's practiced to expel negative spirits that enter in our body, especially during the sleep. And this information you can find actually in Shulchan Aruch, in the Orach Chaim, in I think it's, yes, in the number 2. The spiritual power of certain plants and the clear negative energy acknowledged by one of the amazing tzaddikim, his name Rabbi Elazar Papo. He used to live in 17th century, and he writes, in holy books there are already some esoteric techniques to protect from the negative energy, especially to carry the ruda. The ruda, it's in Hebrew, in Aramaic, in Hebrew it's herb. This is the very patent. It is proper to follow the advice. And it's another tzaddik I found, he explained, one of my favorite tzaddikim, I have a birthday on his Hilula, his death anniversary. I mentioned him in many of my video, Rav Chaim Yosef David Azulai, Chidam. He actually include in his ritual, he actually advised all of his students the importance to do sage every Friday before Shabbat. Very, very important. So many tzaddikim use these tools absolutely, even sometimes on a daily basis. It all really depends what you're going through, what emotions you're going through. If you've been in an environment with people who progress, perhaps, left some heavy energy on you, and you coming home and you really sometimes don't know how to pick up your pieces. So this is another way, another amazing tool, which is I'm going to explain to you how to use step by step. As well, I'm going to provide you specific angel. It's a mem, vav, mem, mum. which is really important angel. He is a part of of this combination to remove the negative spirits, negative energy from your home. Don't forget our own pets, our animals who live with us, they part of our energy, part of our essence. They affected by negative spirits as well. I'm not here to scare you at all, but we need to be aware. With awareness, we have a power. And how we become powerful when we apply our spiritual tools. Altogether, this is how we have better connection and better results. We have a much happier life. Very, very important to remember, right? So another thing I want to recommend for you guys, when you're going to do even the sage on yourself, when we're going to do step by step, it's very important to every time when you're going to complete the sage your home, I'm going to tell you exactly step by step how to do. Never left yourself on the side. Always make sure you will do sage on yourself as well. Extremely, extremely important. Let me see if I left anything. I think this is about it. I think we should dive in exactly, step by step. As long as you keep in mind, again, that Creator is ultimate healer. Just as a medicine we take must never be regret as a source of healing, because we need to understand where the real healing, real source come. It's all as a complementary, as additional tools. It's extremely important, okay? Okay, so let's guys dive in. I'm gonna show you exactly the list, and we're gonna go over this list and to make sure we're not gonna miss anything. Guys, so this is the list. You can definitely make a screenshot and have this, more convenient for you every time when you're planning to do the sage your home. Again, just to remind us, at least once a week. I personally would do it home at least once a week. We do on Friday, usually during the day or a couple hours before entering of Shabbat. But you can do anytime. There's no, if every time when you feel you're coming from place where you interact with a lot of people, or for example, you have many guests who visit you, I always recommend to sage your home and to clean your mirrors. Extremely important, because mirrors has a tendency to keep the energy of other people. We never know, what kind of energy people live as well. Again, I'm not want us to be suspicious of people who visiting us. They're all good people, I'm sure. But to be good, it's not enough. Lack of tools many times can attract a lot of negativity from simply not having, enough awareness and understanding how careful we have to be, how we speak about other people, what information we receive. All of this creating, energy which is we carry with us. And everything what we have in our home is more our home clutter, is low frequency energy our home have. So the simplicity of how is less things you have is a simple and cleanness you have in home. It's the best for the energy as well. So it's really important. So you can see I wrote down here a practical application. Number one, its first step, it's to buy right sage. The right sage, I mean by that, it's better to buy the white. It's called the white sage. And the sage I'm buying personally directly from Kabbalah Center. I can leave you link, but you don't have to. You can find sages in so many places. I'm buying from Kabbalah Center because it's coming directly from Israel. And I love to use sages from Israel. They have very strong energy. And for me personally, it's important. And we want to make sure when we have a sage, he's actually really provide enough smoke. Extremely important, okay? So before you're going to start, there's a couple things you need to do. You need to close all the windows in your home. Make sure that small kids, whatever children you have, animals, and other people, especially older people, feel comfortable. Okay, so if you think some of them can be allergic to it or feel heavy, you can ask them, stepped out, or it's good for your kids to adapt to the smell. It's actually really, really good to breathe this, to inhale inside. Okay. Inventions. So What's really important? So before you're gonna start, intentions. Actually, I made mistake here. I meant to write here intentions, and it's correct me for invention. So my apologies, guys. Okay, I just discovered. I'm thinking of myself. Why did I wrote inventions? It's actually intentions. Kavana, we say in Hebrew, right? Sof maaseh b'machshava tela. So your thoughts create reality. So the moment you're going to start the process, you cannot speak to anyone. It's really important to remember you are become part of the tool, technology. So you need to be super focused. And there's a special pasuk in the Zohar. There's a two places we're going to read. I'm going to show you right now before you're going to start the sage. So you don't light the sage yet. First, you focus and you tell your family member, if you have anyone, then right now for next 10 to 15 minutes, you cannot speak. You need to be super focused. So let's right now look at the Zohar. So we are right now inside of the link of zohar.com. I always have this link under each of my videos, so you're welcome to go there. And you need to go to place. It's called Bereshit A. I'm showing you here, and chapter 19. And this one, it's called He Create Words and Destroy Them. So what are we going to do? I'm going to read just this pasuk in English. The other two I'm only going to read in Aramaic, but you're welcome to do the screenshot or go directly, and you can read and study this particular pasuk. But for the sake of the tools, when you're going to start the process, you only need to read in Hebrew. But I'm going to read this one in English as well in the beginning, okay? The students ask Rabbi Shimon, why God creates so many thousands of words only to destroy them all? The master explained that words is a code for what refers to all the souls of creation. Destroying the worlds refers to those souls who fail to walk spiritual path and instead choose the evil. Those souls are the worlds who are eventually destroyed by their own impure actions. Through many worthy spiritual paths have existed throughout the history, they will eventually converge into the single path presenting to humanity during the revelation on the Mount Sinai. This realization is awakened in us by the spiritual truth that emanates from those passages. Okay, so I'm going right now to specifically to passages which is we usually use before we do the sages. This is one, it's 221. I'm going over here, and the second one it's 2222. Okay, so when you're gonna before, again, I'm going to repeat myself, before you're gonna light the sage, first you need to read in order for you to be proper tools to have even more power and get maximum from your action you're going to do with the sages. Okay, and it says in Aramaic, ומשה בגין בדעה לעילה גיורין דחות, גדבוי דשכינתה וחשיב דהבוי מאלין דהתברהו בהו והן בהון את אדוני דאברהם, גרמו לירידה כדי אמר לך רד כי שחט עמך, ובגין דלה קבילו לה אדוני בידחילו דוד ובריחימו דאדוני נחת היו מדרגיה דהיו ו'. ואת ו' נכחת ימי בגין דלה אית אבית בעיניהו דעתיד, יהיו ברזה דגלגולה לאיתרה בעיניהו בגלותה. בין ערב רב דהינון נשמתיין מסתרה דהילין דהיתמר בהון כי שמיים כעשן נמלכו ואילין אינון דהילה באה. נוח רחמי אליהו ויתמר בהון. וימחו מן הארץ בגין דהבה מן אילין דהיתמר בהון תמחה את זכה אלמן ומשה לאיסתמר מניהו ואפל אדוני בניהו ובגין דה יהיו לה יעול להרעה דה ישראל על דה טוב אדוני להתרע. ובגין דה נחת ויהיו מתגריה ונחית ביה וו. ובגין דה אדוני נפלת וו ויקים לה וו דה משה. Now, if you don't know how to read in Aramaic, no worries. You simply can scan. But if you know how to read Hebrew, definitely it's a lot of power to use the tool in fully. Okay, so let's continue with our list. Let's come back to our list. Beautiful. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so we just finished reading Zohar. And as I said, do not speak to anyone while you're going to start to light the sage. Start so you light the sage, make sure the sage starts to produce the smoke. We always start in my home, and I rough recommend start from the main entry, from the main door, because from the place you start, this is the place you're going to finish. Some schools saying it's really good to do clockwise, some people against. It's really not important. We're going to start, you can start the clockwise if you feel this is you connected. It's really up to you how you connected to it. Okay, so you start from the main entry. The way how you're going to do, you're going to actually need to pronounce Ana Bekoch. You can do unlimited time Ana Bekoch. Now, if you're new to my channel, Ana Bekoch is one of the most powerful meditation we do every morning. And as well, I do have a video under a link on Ana Bekoch, which is I strongly recommend for you to learn this tool. Now, if this is something not in your interest, you don't have to do Ana Bekoch. You just simply going to continue on the practical application. But for those of you who practice Ana Bekoch, it's the key, because this is how you're removing the spirit. They do not like Aramaic words of Ana Bekoch, because Ana Bekoch contains the secret of the whole universe. Okay, it's the 7 elimination, 7 sferot, which has a tremendous power to remove any negativity. Extremely important. Okay, now, so while you're going to start with Ana Bekoch, you will go to every corner, specifically corner. You're going to go around your each room, and you're going to specific do ups and down on each corner. Not completely down and up, but at least the motion with your hand, you will do ups and down each corner. Okay, you can do even around the bed. Like now, what else I recommend for you to do? Always have a plate with you. You can have paper plate or any plate you want, and keep the plate under the sage. So if any small pieces sometimes fall, they're not going to burn, your carpets. You're not going to burn, because we went through all of that already. So this is what I recommend for you to do. Next one. When you're going to complete your home, you don't speak yet. So you're back to the initial place where you start from. And then you're going to start sage yourself with the full saying of Ana Bekoch. So the way it's done, you stand and you start to do Ana Bekoch, all seven sferot, while you do the round motions around you. If you have somebody else at home, usually me and my family, we do to each other. So you just stand, you can take your hands, just raise your hands a little bit, and just make sure the smoke went through absolutely your whole body. Okay, and the same thing, for the little children, you have to be careful. They're already in the home, they're already getting this protection. And then after you finish at the same place as I said. After you finish, you need to wait, I would say, few minutes, and then you have to open all the windows and doors and let all the negative spirits to come out. It's very important. This is the whole idea, because you don't want, even though you just weaken them, you need to let them, because they want to run from your home. They don't want to stay here at all. So you will help them, and then you open all the windows, the main door, and you let for a few minutes all the things come out. Okay, after that, you make sure then you keep your home as holy as possible. No evil speech, lashon hara, about anyone, anything. To be really, really cautious about everything what comes from our mouth and our intention. It's really important. And you see, I wrote down here, remember, your home is your holy temple for your body, and your body is the holy temple for your soul. This is extremely important for us to remember. And I promise you guys, when you're going to start applying these tools on top of everything what you do, you will see the miracles and wonders. And I'm so super excited that I was able to share with you such amazing tools, which is, it's something I have had such a big zchut and merit to gain this knowledge and have a desire to expand my knowledge. And this is why I really wanted to share with you. Please send me your messages, your feedback. If you have any questions, you can see the email. And if you're looking for have a personal Kabbalistic reading, to look at your chart from completely different perspective, to introduce yourself to yourself from really awesome, awesome information. Okay, many blessings, guys. If you listen this before Shabbat, I wish you Shabbat Shalom and Kol Tov.